After you get your business up and running on Google, or claim your business, like in the last video, you'll get to this Google Business Profile Manager. Now this is your most powerful tool in the world of Google advertising. This is your control center for Google My Business. So here, there's the home, posts, info, menu. There's many different tabs that you can use on your Google My Business journey. The first, arguably the most important tab to be on Google My Business, is the info tab. So when we get to the info tab, we'll read a screen looking like this. Now, if your business is already claimed, you won't have this pending review, just because Byron's Beef Bagels, as it is fictitious, has not been verified yet. But you see here, Byron's Beef Bagels, there's our category that we set in the first video. So we just tap on the pencil right here, and you see there's our primary category. Now from here, we can add additional categories. So add another category. Let's say bagel shop. Now this could also be our primary category, but as long as it's in the additional category, we'll still show up for if anyone searches for a bagel shop. Then let's say Byron's Beef Bagels also did coffee. So we'd add coffee shop, and now whenever someone searched coffee shop in Stettler, we would pop right up. Another thing, so you can have up to 10 additional categories, and each one of these additional categories will affect your SEO, but they will never show up as the category that shows up under your business. So I can demonstrate this by searching the Stettler Board of Trade, and this comes up right here as Chamber of Commerce in Stettler. But as you can see here, even if I search Board of Trade, will still pop up, and since Board of Trade is another one of our categories, it's under additional categories, but Chamber of Commerce is our main category. No matter what, it'll only show your primary category, but your secondary categories, your additional categories, will help with your search engine optimization and help you show up on more things. So it's good to have as many of these that apply to your business. Next step is location. Make sure that all of this is good and accurate. So this is, as I talked about in the first video, kind of a overarching way to tell your customers that you don't have an office location, or you do have an office location, but you also service a specific area. So let's say you're an electrician, or if you deliver pizzas, you could add your service area as Stettler and Stettler County. You can even add more than one town, so Stettler, Camrose, Edmonton. Let's say you had all of those three in your service area. You could select those specific three. You can even go out of province with it if you need. So you can have as many service areas as you want. So Stettler, and that'll pop up. Stettler County will pop up. You have many options when it comes to your service areas, and it's a really powerful tool, especially if you don't have an office location. Next, hours. Make sure that these all check out, as these are the most important part of your Google My Business listing. As any customer, whenever they Google you, 90% of the time, they're going to be looking for your hours. So if you have these good and accurate, you'll be raring to go. And the whole point of Google My Business is 99% of the time they might search for your hours, but as soon as they're in your Google My Business listing, you can show them the other amazing aspects of your business. Next up is add special hours. So if we just click through to this, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, let's say we work Christmas Eve for 1 hour, and then let's say we don't work Christmas Day, so we just click that and confirm closed. So what you're going to have to do is just go through here and either select closed or open on each of these special hours. This will help visitors see what special days you're out of vacation. So say you have a kid's birthday on one of these days, you can add a new date, input it, and you will be good to go to select your own hours. And these things you don't have to reset every year. So as soon as you set them once, you never have to deal with them again. So we'll apply that for now. And once you have that set, the next thing Google shows you is your phone number. Make sure that's correct. Website. If you have a website, it's a wonderful thing to go, and we'll go over that in the third video. Menu. Add or edit items. So this will be restaurant exclusive, but we'll go over it anyways. And this is quite an interesting section. So you can have your section name, so bagels. So item name, bagel sandwich. Item price, 50. Item description. You can write a brief or a long description, but for now, beef bagel. So this price, it will be in dollars, so that's $50 for one beef bagel. And I recommend putting in the cent side so there's no confusion. And it should automatically do it, but just make sure that this says CA dollars, Canadian dollars. And there we go. So now anyone, whenever they search your business, can see this helpful little menu, and it's good to add as many menu items as you can onto this list. Food ordering. This will be another restaurant exclusive, but this will be ran through a third-party website, or whichever website that you use for food ordering, you can link that here. Alright, so the next thing is Insights. And for this tab on Google My Business, I went to our Stettler Board of Trade Google My Business listing because we actually have statistics, and it isn't a fictitious company, so these are real statistics. How customers search for your business. So this will be the first statistic that pops up, and just so you know, Insights will be moving to performance and things will get changed around, but it should be basically the same. But if you do run into any problems or have questions, feel free to call the Board of Trade. So Google My Business, the first thing that Google will show you in your insights, and this is very important, so discovery, this is how people find your business. So direct, people searching directly for the Board of Trade, that's 32% of our business. Discovery, so that would be someone searching Board of Trade and Stettler, and then we pop right up and they see our business listing. And then branded, so that's if you put in an advertisement or if you have a product related to your business, they search for that and you pop up. Next, this is kind of an interesting thing, so listing on search and listing on maps. If you're listing us on maps a lot more than it is on search, that's something to watch for, and it could mean that people don't know how to get directly to your business, so that could be some issue in the Google Maps itself, and if it is, you can always call the Board of Trade and we'll help you through with that, as we have the ability to adjust that. Customer actions. Here we can see what the customers do whenever they see our Google listing. So this is very important. And this really shows what's being interacted with on your Google listing. And if you notice as well, we had around 743 searches, but only around 40 actual interactions with our Google listing. And these are just around personal stats, so these wouldn't reflect yours. So you can see here, visit your website. So this means that people came and they went to search for your website specifically. They came, they saw that you had a website and they went through with it, which is why websites are so important to have, and we'll help you through that in the third video. This just shows how many people have called you in the last month or a couple of days, and then message, and that's with the messaging service that we'll go over in just a second. Next important thing on this is request directions, and just like the statistic up here, if you have many people requesting directions, people may not know how to get to your business, so this should be clarified or fixed in some way, or maybe you just need to provide them with some better directions in a description or even on a website. Directions requests, this is a little wonky for our Stettler area, so you can see that we have 12, but this is just the entire country of Canada, so it's not actually accurate. This will probably be adjusted in the new update. So if you have any questions on that, feel free to call. Phone calls, this is important. If you have many people calling in a day from your Google profile, it could mean that something isn't clarified enough or they have questions on something. And it could mean that maybe you should adjust something on your Google listing, maybe do a post, which we'll go over in just a second, to clarify that so you don't have to deal with as many calls. And that wraps up the first half of our Google My Business Google Profile Manager tutorial. If you have any questions, just call the Board of Trade, and please watch the second half as there's more information on photos, messaging, and reviews. Have a good one. Bye-bye.